Welcome! You are listening to the CRM Success Show, where you will hear from CRM executives who have overseen some of the most interesting and complex CRM implementations. Your hosts, David Masri and Khero Witey, will be bringing you real stories, real insight. Follow along on social media for updates on new episode releases, exclusive content, and much more. Enjoy the show and thanks for listening.
Hey guys, if you're listening to this, we appreciate it. Welcome to the CRM Success Show. I'm Khero Witey and my fellow co-host himself.
Dave Masri, or Maz for short.
We'll go with Maz. So Khero and Maz, like I said, we appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. We just wanted to give you a bit of context around ourselves and why we started the show. Maz, you want to give our listeners a quick overview, highlight reel of your background and experience in the space?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem now for over 10 years, in technology for over 20. I started with ERP systems, then did some Sales Logics and Microsoft Dynamics, and then finally ended up doing Salesforce work. My background was heavily in data architecture before joining the Salesforce world. And then when I joined the Salesforce world, I really took that and kind of went really, really hard with it. So I'm currently a data architect focused heavily on just working with Salesforce. Glue On Digital is a company I founded in 2020-ish, maybe 2019. It was 2020. Founded Glue On Digital. We were a firm that's wholly focused on working with Salesforce SIs to really take their data practice to the next level, whatever that means: integrations, migrations, data warehouses, BI, AI, all of that kind of stuff. Have 9 Salesforce certifications. I'm just too busy to get more. That almost sounds like a low number nowadays. I'm a CRM Analytics Ambassador with Salesforce. I authored the book, Developing Data Migrations and Integrations with Salesforce.
Still waiting for my autographed copy, by the way, Dave.
I gave you a copy when we had the meetup.
Autograph. Now you're
Oh, I
more
never signed
on the stage.
Next time you're in New York.
Love it.
I'm a New York native, married, 4 kids. My lovely wife Nancy's here with me. Yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. Why we started this podcast. So I actually reached out to Khero, it was probably 3 months ago, about this kind of podcast. What I didn't want was another to produce content that was already out there. When I wrote my book, it's all original content. I wasn't going to just, rehash stuff that you can find on Trailhead. And we weren't, or I didn't want to put out, like marketing material. And what I wanted was like real business users, business leaders who own the CRM system, who are coming up with, how are we going to use the strategy of how they're going to use CRM to transform the businesses that they're in, how they come up with those plans, how they execute on those plans, and then transfer that story and that knowledge and that journey to our listeners, so that the next set of leaders or know what to expect when doing this kind of really, really big CRM transformation, and not just the pure success, but also the heartache and the pain and the hard decisions that go in in making in putting together that plan and executing on it, the expected, the unexpected, and just kind of understanding the journey as a whole. So
Good.
Khero, what about you? Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, and then why you were interested in this podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. So just for context for our audience as well, me and Dave, first met almost about 6 years ago. I look back at some messages, and it was almost about 6 years ago we connected. Back when I was in New York, Third Republic, we're a Salesforce and software engineering staffing firm. I ultimately help businesses identify talent, acting as the gap in between businesses looking to hire these highly sought after skill sets and individuals looking for their next role in the Salesforce ecosystem, but also broader technology as well. So been doing that for 9.5 years. I'm obviously from the UK originally. The accent gives it away. Now I live in Texas with my wife Amani, and we we spend our day as Texas business, predominantly supporting Texas-based customers. Big emphasis on local talent. That's one of the biggest kind of value adds that we add is coming onto the community aspect. I organised the North Dallas Sales Meetup group. We're about to do our 20th meetup, which is a bit of a milestone. The success through that has allowed us to work with these businesses and helping them really double down on local talent for their companies. So, I think obviously we've always shared that in common. You and I, Maz, we've always kind of enjoyed leveraging our networks and the people that we know, bringing people together in a audience, a format, be it in person meetups. So for me, it was a no-brainer when obviously we touched base about the idea, the concept, and I think it's even more important in a more remote world. People, not necessarily get into conferences, round tables as like they might have done 5-6 years ago, right? I think we are uniquely positioned to interview some of the biggest names in the CRM space, Salesforce, Dynamics, Sugar CRM. We've got a few lined up. We're looking at other areas as well. So just to kind of get those light bulb moments that in hindsight we would have done X, Y, Z different. If I could advise someone in my shoes tomorrow, this would be my best bit of advice for them, right? I think executives could benefit from this podcast. I think aspiring leaders, admins, devs who are looking to go up the ladder can also benefit from this podcast. We're already in early discussions, as you know, doing our podcast briefs, and we've recorded a couple already. And I think it's just some super cool content around what these businesses are doing and how tech is enabling their implementation efforts. So yeah, I'm super pumped and excited. It's given me a spark over the last few weeks as we've been, communicating and orchestrating this behind the scenes. And I appreciate you wanting to extend the offer and get me involved, Maz. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, likewise, man. I think it's gonna be great. The ones we recorded so far, I think have come out well. I want to thank your wife, Amani. She put together the logo that you see up top there, and has been absolutely phenomenal in helping us out a bit with some of the aesthetic stuff. So we hope you all guys will tune in. We're definitely going to be releasing regularly. So yeah, just enjoy the show. Both of us, myself, Khero, are very open people. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on on LinkedIn or whatever social media. And of course, you can follow the show on all the social media below. We have the website below, crmsuccess.show, to subscribe.